It is indeed an honor for me standing here for the release of a book on women's cricket. I think it has come at the right time. The T20 World Cup is going on in the UK. We have a crucial match today against Bangladesh and then on Sunday against Australia. But the story for today is the struggle and the start. It's all started in CCI, 1971, when I joined Mrs. Alubamji's club called the Albies. And we had our nets on Wednesday evenings and Saturday mornings. We've had a lot of help from the Cricket Club of India. Vijay Merchantji was the president who helped us. Raj Singh ji was there, Dilip Sardesai was there. He would come into the nets to guide us. And I think I saw Rajdeep for a little while, but I can't see him now. But they were all there to support us. We had Nirlons, we had Sungrace nets alongside us. And I used to try and avoid bowling in the women nets because it was getting too easy for me. And I would run away and bowl in the men's net and pick up my game. As said before, that 1974, first West Indies team that came here to play before in Wankhede, Clive Lloyd and all were here. They were practicing at CCI and I came to bowl to them. And I requested Clive Lloyd that please let me bowl to you and play me according to my merit. So initially he was just playing the ball back to me and all. I wasn't happy. I said, no, Clive, this is not the way you play. So he said, you really want, you'll be upset. I said, no problem. The next ball went out of the ground. So that was Clive Lloyd's power, and that put me on the right track to improve my game. It brought me back to level, which I found very easy in the women's side. But that was the beginning. It all started in a railway colony, as the Shyamji said, that men used to go into the gullies to play. I was staying in a railway colony in Badwa Park in Colaba. And every Saturday, Sunday, it used to be tennis ball cricket, 10 boys and 1 girl. My father and mother encouraged me, but only the condition was that I complete my studies, basic studies. Graduation was not on the list. So even though I went to Jai Hind College, only for 1 year, because I got my job after that. So there it used to be there, and playing 1974, 71 to 74 was just plain club cricket. Only 2 clubs were there, CCI, Albies Cricket Club at CCI and Indian Gymkhana in Matunga. So that was the cricket we played, nothing much further. 1974, Women's Cricket Association of India was born, and then we started playing our national level tournaments. The first national in Pune had 2.5 teams. Bombay, Maharashtra, and half of UP, since M.K. Sharma was from there. So our reserve players filled up the gaps, and the 3 teams played, and Bombay turned out to be the winners. The next national went to Varanasi, UP, because the president, the chairman of the Women's Cricket Association was from Varanasi, Chandra Tripathi, and she was the daughter-in-law of Kamlapati Tripathi. So it had to be held there, and 25 states started playing cricket. So that was the impact we had, and from there it was a long journey. It wasn't easy, as he said, that we traveled unreserved in trains and all, but that's history now. And we've gone abroad to play World Cups. We had to pay for our blazers. Even then, some of us missed out. Some were lucky enough to get from the parents. The Maharashtrian players, 3 from Bombay and 1 from Pune, were lucky because we approached the chief minister through a newspaper, the daily newspaper it was, because the editor was staying in my building. And I went up to him and I requested him to put a photo that these girls can't fly to Australia because they don't have money. So Mr. Antuli readily called us to the airport because he was coming back from Delhi. And he said, what do you want? So we said, we have to pay 10,000 each. So he asked his secretary to see that a 40,000 check is made out. And that's how the four of us went to Australia to play that World Cup. So these were the trials and tribulations we've had. We've had snide remarks also from male cricketers initially. Why do women play cricket? They should be in the kitchen. So that didn't make any difference. Unfortunately for one of them, I won't name them, though I would love to, but no, it's not right. Turned out to be the chief guest for a women's tournament. And I was there, and I said, I will not accept the prize till he apologizes. And he apologized. So that's the way, and I can put it on record that today we are on the same committee of MCA. The rest is history. So two of them are straight away on that committee. But that's it. It's been great. No jobs for the women cricketers. It was only in 1984 that the godfather of women's cricket, Mr. Madhav Sindhya, the then railway minister, came into the picture. He called me to Delhi. He said, what can I do? Because he loved cricket. And he was the president of the board also. And I said, I would like the girls to get jobs. He called the secretary of the Railway Sports Promotion Board, Mr. V.K. Verma, and we met in his chamber, and he says, I would like women's cricket to be on the railway calendar. That day, we formed 5 state zonal teams. So that was the impact Mr. Madhav Sindhya had on women's cricket, and I can guarantee you, and I can write it in gold, that if it wasn't for him, women's cricket would have been dead and that. Wow. So he is being the person who has been the lifeline, and Railways has been the lifeline. Many cricketers are here, some of them are sitting here also who work for the Railways. But I think over thousands of women cricketers have got jobs. As he said about Harmanpreet Kaur, yes, I was responsible for bringing her from Punjab because Northern Railway was not able to give her a good job there. There was a lot of red tapeism going on there. So I spoke to her and I said, you come to Mumbai, I'll get you a good posting. We tried, it was a little difficult. I then approached the great Sachin Tendulkar. I requested him if he could give me a letter asking the Railways to help Harman get a job. He immediately agreed, and I sent that letter to Railway Board with Harman's application. To my surprise, the Railways rejected that letter. Oh. So you can imagine, I picked up the phone. I knew the chairman of Railway Board, Mr. Arvind Kumar, at that time because we worked together in Western Railway. And I said, the god of cricket, the Bharat Ratna, the best cricketer we've had, if you say no to him, who will you say yes to? Let me know or close shop. So he said, no, cool down, because he knew how I was, a hot-headed person. And he said, no, you come to Delhi on Monday and we will sort it out. I went to Delhi on Monday and took the application. Along with her application, I put 5 more international wrestlers, weightlifters and all also. So I went and met him and he put me on to the president and he said, this has to be done. He said, no, I'm sorry, I was told only for Harmanpreet. I said, no, sorry, I'm taking it back because people will then say that I only came for cricket. So he had to do it, and 6 more applications were approved on that day. So that is my journey. I've been, as I call a spade, and many times I get into trouble, but so be it, and that's why I'm in Mumbai and not in London, yes? So you can understand that. But it's been a good journey. I don't want to bore you all too much. It is this book. Aditya has been after my life actually. Give me this, give me that. We spoke for hours together. And another thing he's been after me is, after hearing all my stories and all that, then I want to do an autobiography for you. I said, no, I'm sorry, I'm not giving you any more details because I don't want to be hauled up in the courts. Because once I start, I will not be able to control myself, and women cricket never earned so much money. I don't have the lawyers and all to fight my cases. But to cut it short about this book, it's been a great book. I've gone through it a little bit. I can just read a little bit of it. For too long, the story of cricket in India has been told mainly through achievements of men. While the journey of women's cricket has remained underexplored, despite the courage, depth and significance, this book seeks to redress that silence by tracing the remarkable rise of women's cricket in India. From its little-known beginnings in the colonial era, exhibition matches, to its emergence as a serious sporting movement in the 70s. And finally, to its present stature on the world stage. I think this is aptly put, and that's how we have been what we are. This year is the 50th year of my playing the first test match, and I'm glad that in 50 years I could see the Indian women's cricket team lift the World Cup, ODI World Cup at the D.Y. Patil Stadium in November. My role, I wanted a little how women's cricket took a turn also. BCCI, yes, when we joined BCCI, it was there. Slowly and steadily we picked up. But the actual turn came in 2017, when I was nominated by the Supreme Court on the Committee of Administrators. I was the only player from the male side or the female side to be on that committee. It was very difficult to be in that boardroom because they were all men and who never thought of women's cricket very seriously. There were people who said, why should we waste our revenue which we are earning on women's cricket? So in 2017, when the team went to England for the World Cup, 50 over World Cup it was, I told the girls, I said, if you want me to do something for you all, please see to it that the performance comes out. They reached the finals at Lord's. It was a full house. Semi-finals. After we won and entered the finals, we had a board meeting in Delhi, and Mr. C.K. Khanna, Anirudh Chaudhary, all were there. And I told Mr. Vinod Rai, who was the chairman, I said, I would like to announce a cash award for the girls. So he said, yeah, okay. And I said 50 lakhs for each girl.
Wow.
So Mr. C.K. Khanna immediately popped up and said, it is not possible. How can you give 50 lakhs for entering a final? What if they win the final? I said, I will double it. It's as simple as that. He said, no, we've never given the men cricketers. I said, forget the men cricketers now. Let's try and support the women cricketers. Professor Shetty was already in London. I quickly rang him up and I told him, please announce it there and see to it that it is regularized. So the girls were very happy. Unfortunately, we missed out on that. And that defeat was the turning point of women's cricket to be really a thing that was accepted by all, that yes, women's cricket has come to stay in this country. Imagine the Prime Minister, the photo is there of his, this is 2017 at his place after the World Cup. He called us for a cup of tea and he said, you may have lost, but for us, you all are winners, because no women's team has got any such popularity and this thing, the Lord's ground being full. Yeah. Absolutely chock-a-block, and with everybody in this country as well as Far East and Australia, I know I got calls that the bars were running overtime, watching that game live. Unfortunately, we missed out, we panicked, 8 runs, but I'm glad it didn't happen then. We could move forward And then 2025 is another story completely. And hopefully 2026 also will be another red letter day for us. Let's hope for the best. Good luck and congratulations to Aditya. And thank you, Mr. Shyam Bhatia. I definitely will come to Dubai to see the museum. Thank you. At your invitation.